Yes, Soludo, hate him or love him, is a political masterstroke. I think his advice has started living up to expectation, especially Law Mefo, who is now handling his information space. Soludo has struggled on the information space. That has been one of his weakness until now. But since he appointed Law Mefo, things has beginning to change. You can see that. Uh, you know that Soludo has a lot of weaknesses in environment, in security, until recently that he started dealing with that. On environment, not much has achieved, but it looks like he's trying to, come up as well on that. He's trying to look at that. There are other areas that he has weaknesses, but we're going to discuss about being a political masterstroke. Governor Chukwuma Soludo, a new sheriff in town, a political masterstroke, and why that this has happened. I will give you an example what has been trending, and a lot of people were reacting negatively. Majority were reacting. A lot of the people were talking about him, saying all sorts of things. But I will tell you why that is not a way to tackle him. But I will explain everything to you. But before I do, remember to like, comment, and share. And subscribe to this channel. I am still Kodili-nye. Stay tuned. Let's go and show you, and you understand what I'm saying.
Word of God, you go to your church. Are you getting me? You are causing pollution. You cannot come to a marketplace and begin to disturb everybody else. Are you getting me? If you want to preach the word of God, you go to a church. The person who wants to come to your church will come to your church. But you don't force everybody. In a marketplace, people have come to trade. It's not a church. So you don't do that. They would have arrested you, contravening the law. Okay? You don't come out and take a space and start preaching. It's noise. Uno na nuku ya? Ọ dị ka ndị na-eje welu microphone wepụta na n'ọnụ ụzọ n'ime afịa bido na-akpọ ịbaja. You are polluting the place. It's illegal. Okay? Everybody has freedom of worship. If you want to worship, we protect everybody. But you don't go to the middle of a market where people are coming to trade and turn it into a church. Otherwise, we'll be charging you for this space.
Yes, we are going to be discussing about why Soludo is now trending almost every day, and these political opponents are basically playing into his hands because and why he's a political masterstroke, and why they have not been able to make any headway. The area they wanted to use as a headway against the main area being the security. But that one has fell flat because it looks like it's not letting them any breathing space. And whether you like him or not, he has shown that he is now a political masterstroke. He's not Soludo or featherweight before that was struggling. Now I think the law before entrance into his information space has done the magic. And why am I saying it's a masterstroke? Let me just give you an example. What the politicians need is to always appear in the media and to make sure that their name is always trending. And you being their opponents, what you need to do is basically to curtail that from happening, not basically, enlarging his, his image more. So sometimes politicians will deliberately bring out a controversial move. They will. It's like you put food on the cooker or the stove, and you cook it, half done, and bring it out, and suddenly people smell the food and they rush to the food, and basically they say, oh, the food is not cooked completely. And immediately they say that they will mention your name because you are the one cooking, and everybody knows you are the one cooking. And so they now responded and said, no, I have not finished cooking, I'm trying to do something. And immediately the person said that, his name is still being mentioned. Oh, I'm sorry, we are, suddenly this is a strategy to, lure you to be discussing about them. And a lot of people will start saying all over the place, all the media houses will be talking about it, the influencers will be carrying it, and people will be talking about him all the time. And remember, you are meant to project your own image as his opponent or potential competitor. But nobody will now hear your voice anymore, despite that you are paid a lot of money to be talking about you. But suddenly his name completely enclaves your own name, which is not good. Of it doesn't do good to your own image as his political competitor, and this does a lot of damage. I give you an example of the one I just showed you, the video about the young man preaching in near Odigbo at Ochanja Market, Onitsha. So he went for the man and started talking to the man and said, look, you are causing nuisance, you are causing pollution, and people's eardrums, you are damaging. You are not meant to preach here. I would have arrested you and you pay $500,000 for that because it is in the law. If you want to preach, you preach in your church or in a designated area where the noise will not be disturbing other people. I'm telling you, a lot of his opponents fell for him. Even some media people and some other church groups, they didn't understand what he's playing at. This is a political game, a masterstroke. So they started talking about Soludo all over Nigeria, even abroad. People start talking about it. People were saying he's antichrist, he's fighting the Christianity, he's doing this, he's doing that. Suddenly Soludo now came because now his name has echoed all over the place. Now he said, look, I'm not anti-preaching. I was just fighting pollution. Noise pollution is in our law that we should curtail the noise pollution. And people now, a lot of people has made quick comment, and even his political opponents saying all sorts of things. Now he has completely arrested their own view, and nobody is talking about them, and people keep on talking about Soludo, talking about Soludo, talking about Soludo. So he has actually used that. Even in the issue of security, he has used that. Suddenly people start talking also Soludo. Now Soludo is all over the place. So Soludo is not paying, he doesn't need to pay people now to talk about him because he's always in the news. The news keep on talking about him. The news keep on talking about him. When you think this one will go away, another one come up. And eventually, I could remember some of the media influencers talking, oh, Soludo is not emotionally wise. It's not that he's emotionally wise. This is what we call political masterstroke. Creating controversy in order to dominate a space. That's a way the politicians also use in order to occupy and subdue their opponents. So you create something like a controversy. People are talking about it. You come in and said, this is what I mean. So you come in and say to them, look, hold on a minute. This is what I mean. What you are talking is completely different what I mean. This is what I mean, and this is for your best interest. He did that also during the controversy about the burial laws in the state. So he went and cautioned some people, even in front of the priests, bishops, and all those things of Christian groups. He told them, look, the Anambra burial law, which all of you contributed and said, we must deal with this so that the poor and the people are not being intimidated. And there is a law that everybody supported. Now, It was not passed during my own, but I'm trying to follow the law. And a lot of the opponents were criticizing, some religious people were criticizing him. It should not prevent people from doing this and that. At the end of the day, what they did is that they actually started to, suddenly Soludo now become the defender of true Christian faith. It started, they are basically showing to the people that Soludo care for the poor, but the people now that are supposed to fighting for the poor are basically those that are against the poor. So that's exactly. So the image now resurrects. The people are beginning to follow him as a true and a dogless fighter for the people. And that's exactly. So let me give you a final example. A final example is when he started a crusade of clearing the street traders. So when he did that, some of his aide did that in Oka. A lot of people criticize him. How can you do this to innocent people and blah, blah, blah. But they forgot that Soludo has a plan to provide alternative place for them. So they went suddenly to use that as a political gambit, and they fell flat because Soludo is now the leader of the defender of the poor, because he provided what those politicians were not going to provide for them. The politicians were giving handouts, but he was giving them what is sustainable, providing a place that they can do business comfortably, free of charge, what no politician was able to provide them. The politician was using it as a political game, handing as if they care, a false compassion. But he said, look, this is what I'm going to do. I'm providing them a free area, alternative area, because these politicians we are talking about, saying all those things, they want them to continue trading in the street. And none of their children are trading in the street. They don't allow their children to train in the street. But they want these people to train on the street so that they will have accident in the street and kick the bucket there. So that's exactly what I mean by political masterstroke. So I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. Do you agree with me that Soludo is now a political masterstroke? Because before, he fell woefully because of information management he has previously. But now, it seems that now Soludo is the new sheriff in town about political masterstroke. And you will not be able to defeat him by, playing into his hands. So if you think what I'm saying is true, go to the comment section. Let us continue to talk about this. And I do believe that you have a sweet comment that you're going to drop. Remember to respect other people's view. There's no more sliding, no pulling him down, no pulling anybody down. But remember to share your own view and also to contribute to this burning debate. And remember, we need to push our homeland in front to be a livable and a prosperous homeland. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. I am Kodili-nye, the son of wonderful. See you in the next one, and God bless you. Bye.